Says Russia has begun what he called the battle for the Donbass. After spending days regrouping, Russian troops now appear to be engaging in a full-scale ground offensive along a 500-kilometer front in Ukraine's east and south. After suffering setbacks around the capital Kyiv, the Kremlin declared its main goal was the capture of the Donbass region in the east. But in his nightly address, President Zelensky vowed to defend the territory.
We can now state that Russian troops have begun the battle for the Donbass, for which they have been preparing for a long time. A significant part of the entire Russian army is now concentrated on this offensive. No matter how many Russian troops are driven there, we will fight. We will defend ourselves, and we will do it every day. We won't give up anything Ukrainian.
Meanwhile, the western city of Lviv has been hit by multiple Russian rocket attacks. Missiles destroyed buildings and killed at least 7 people, the first civilian death in the city, which is near the Polish border. In the south of the country, Ukrainian troops holding out in Mariupol's enormous Azovstal steel plant say they will fight to the end, as Russia claims it's nearing victory in the besieged port city.
Russian missiles raining down on Ukraine. Russia says it's aiming at military targets in a campaign to weaken Ukrainian defenses. But the strikes also kill civilians. In Lviv alone, at least 7. The owner of this service station found 4 of his employees dead in the ruins of his shop.
I was planning to go to work when my colleagues called. They told me that there had been an explosion and that there was a fire. The worst part, of course, are the victims. I jumped in my car and was here in 10 minutes, and I saw it with my own eyes.
While attacks in Lviv have been rare, in Mariupol they've forever changed the face of the city. Ukraine says at least 21,000 people have been killed here.
Mariupol has undergone extremely heavy destruction as a result of the rocket, bomb, and artillery fire that Russia is conducting round the clock. But the Russian army has failed to seize Mariupol completely, all thanks to the courage of those units, both the Ukrainian armed forces and other military formations that are there.
Those holdouts are making what could be their last stand here in the vast Azovstal industrial zone. With them are civilians, including children, encircled and low on food. They know that if Mariupol falls, Russian forces tied up here will be free to move on to other targets, such as the town of Rubizhne, now on the front line and under constant shelling. This woman lives in a nearby village, or what's left of it. She describes what it's like being in no man's land.
We don't even know where the shelling comes from. We wait for it from there, thinking that the Ukrainian army will protect us, but then it comes from there. There's shelling from all directions.
Elsewhere in Ukraine's east, soldiers prepare to hold the line against whatever the Russian army throws at them.
Our motivation is our home, the motherland. We can't take a single step back. We can't retreat. That's the whole secret of our work.